During the post-fight press conference, Dana White discussed Herb Dean's controversial stoppage in today's UFC Vegas 42 co-headliner. Saturday's fight card featured a heavyweight bout between veteran Ben Rothwell and Marcus Rogerio de Lima. Rothwell was fighting for the first time since May when he defeated Chris Barnett via submission. Prior to today's event, Big Ben had gone 3-1 in his previous 4 octagon appearances. Marcus Rogerio de Lima is a Brazilian heavyweight who last competed for Dana White and company in May, where he won a unanimous decision over Maurice Green. The co-main event of today's UFC Vegas 42 did not last long. De Lima clipped Ben Rothwell with a big right hand after landing a pair of heavy low kicks. Big Ben wobbled as a result of the strike, and Marcus quickly pounced on him with a flurry of strikes. While the Brazilian was undoubtedly hitting some big shots, Rothwell appeared to be defending and fighting back. Despite this, referee Herb Dean decided he'd seen enough and intervened to end the match, an action that drew widespread criticism. Herb needs to stop touching guys unless the fight is over, White said. You know what I mean? He goes in and grabs him by the waist and then decides, oops, the good thing about this one was that fight should have been stopped when he stopped it. You know, you didn't see Ben jumping up and arguing about it. That fight should have been stopped. But Herb Dean has to pull the trigger and stop touching guys. Don't touch them unless you're going to stop the fight. And when they played it back in slow motion, he was kind of like dancing. He doesn't know what to do, whether he's going to jump in or not jump in. What do you think of Dana White's comments about Herb Dean's controversial stoppage in today's UFC Vegas 42 co-main event? Penn Nation, please share your thoughts in the comments section. Dana White is unsure what will happen next for Vegas 42 winner Max Holloway, but it will not be a rematch with Conor McGregor. Holloway made his comeback in the main event of today's event in Las Vegas, taking on perennial division contender Yair Rodriguez. He's 13-3 in the MMA. The fight was Max's first since a lopsided unanimous decision victory over Calvin Kattar in January. Conor McGregor released a video prior to Saturday's main event in which he was seen pacing back and forth while staring down Max Holloway onto his television. After Blessed defeated El Pantera in a thrilling 5-round battle, the Hawaiian expressed interest in a rematch with Notorious. Conor McGregor, 22-6 in the MMA, and Max Holloway, 23-6 in the MMA, have a history together. The pair faced off at featherweight in April of 2013, with Notorious winning by unanimous decision. Despite McGregor and Holloway expressing interest in a rematch, UFC President Dana White dismissed the idea as silly. I don't know what's next for Max, but it does make sense to see him and Volkanovski again, White said via MMA Junkie. Conor's still hurt. To even talk about Conor is silly. Dana White continued, it's one of those things. It was razor thin, Holloway. Just comes in and puts on a performance like this. This is just a guy that Volkanovski is going to have to deal with. Get him out of the way and do it again. In the immediate aftermath of his impressive UFC Vegas 42 victory over Yair Rodriguez, Max Holloway decided to troll Conor McGregor. Holloway, 23-6 in the MMA, was back in action today for the first time since thrashing Calvin Kattar in January. That victory came after back-to-back defeats to reigning featherweight champion Alex Volkanovski. Meanwhile, Yair Rodriguez, 13-3 in the MMA, was returning to action after a 2-year absence at UFC Vegas 42. El Pantera had most recently competed in October of 2019, winning a unanimous decision over veteran Jeremy Stephens. The thrilling fight that many fans and analysts predicted took place in Saturday's main event. Max Holloway and Yair Rodriguez wasted no time getting to work, with El Pantera landing a slew of heavy kicks in the first frame. Holloway's pace, combined with some timely takedowns, turned the tide in his favor, and the Hawaiian was awarded a unanimous decision victory after 25 minutes of thrilling action. Prior to today's event, Holloway, former opponent Conor McGregor, slammed Blessed on Twitter for claiming to be the best boxer in the UFC. Best boxer my ass crack. The guy has been smacked the most smacks in UFC history. Most shots absorbed is not best boxer, guys, I'm sorry, and I love the kid. McGregor wrote in reference to Holloway having absorbed the most head strikes in UFC history. Max Holloway responded to Conor's remark by captioning a previous quote from the Irishman in which Conor claimed he was 19-1 because he only counts knockouts. On Saturday, Marcos Rogério de Lima won the biggest fight of his career in a showcase fight as the co-main event of UFC Vegas 42. During an early exchange in the first round, the Brazilian wobbled Ben Rothwell with a punch, and then he just rushed forward with a relentless barrage of strikes. While Rothwell tried to hold on by displaying incredible toughness, De Lima was unstoppable, simply throwing punches until the veteran heavyweight buckled under the pressure of the damage he was absorbing. At 32 seconds into the first round, referee Herb Dean jumped in to stop the fight, hesitated for a moment, and then declared the fight over. "I knew it was going to be a tough fight," De Lima said of his victory. "With all due respect, Ben, I was aware of my speed and that I was capable of striking. I knew they'd come in, and I knew this was going to happen. Nobody has ever done that to Ben, as far as I know." The heavyweights had no time to warm up because Rothwell was looking to set up his own punches, but he didn't get much of a chance to throw anything because De Lima was relentless with his offensive onslaught. Perfectly placed right hand knocked Rothwell off his feet, and De Lima took advantage of the opportunity to continue punching him until the fight was over. Yair Rodriguez has shared images of his horrific injury sustained during his loss to Max Holloway at UFC Fight Night in Las Vegas. The Mexican was defeated on points after 5 intense rounds, but he was not without battle scars. A doctor examined both fighters, with Holloway seeking out Rodriguez as he waited for him in the back of an ambulance. "You freaking animal, Yair," Holloway said as he approached his opponent. Before taking a picture together, the couple exchanged compliments. Rodriguez's left leg swelled as a result of his efforts in the first fight in 2 years. His foot, however, appeared to bear the brunt of the pain as it suffered from incredible swelling, as seen in an image shared on social media. He and Holloway combined for 389 significant strikes in 25 minutes, the third most in the organization's history, and each received a $50,000 bonus for their efforts. "Insane," said UFC President Dana White. "It was one of the most exciting fights I've ever witnessed. I came really prepared for this fight," Rodriguez said after the fight. "Max is a fantastic fighter. He outperformed me tonight." "All my love to Yair," Holloway concluded. "This man is a beast. I'm in a great mood. His boxing is quite good. He moved like a boxer, but then he started throwing elbows." This is the end of this video, but I will be back with the latest breaking news about UFC very soon. So don't forget to like and subscribe to let YouTube know your preferences. Thanks, and have a good day.